What is up, all you try-hard gamers? How you guys doing out there? It's been a while. I can't continue doing that voice. Anyway, it's been a while, taking a little bit of a break from Elite Dangerous, and I found a hidden gem, my friends. Yes, I have. This is called Farming Simulator 19. Now, before you go, oh, try-hard gamer, Mr. Try-hard Gamer, that sounds boring. Well, let me tell you, I thought so too. And I'm currently, I think, like close to 80 hours into it straight. So this is going to be a little bit of a beginner's guide, just stuff that I found that was useful in the beginning. I by no means am an expert. I'm just now learning the game, so you have to bear with me. So yeah, that's what we're going to do here. So in case you're wondering, all of those white things out there are silage bales, and I'll go into what silage is and all this. There's a lot of terminology that you have to learn. But basically, here's the rundown of the game. Okay, so you're a farmer, right? It's a bit of a misnomer though, because it sort of gives you this idea that all you do in Farming Simulator is farm, and that is absolutely not the truth. A lot of people make their money in this game by farming, but there are tons of other professions and jobs for you to do in order for you to make money, and a lot of them are more fun, in my opinion, than just farming. Me, for example, I like mowing grass and collecting hay bales, right? And that sounds really, really boring, but it's not. It's not boring because of the equipment that you get to use. So, obviously, the idea of the game is this. You've got money up there at the top right. I'm about broke right now because I bought a shitload of equipment. And you get new equipment, and you set up your farming empire. And if we look at our map, this is the map of the air quotes world, and you've got all of these different points of interest, and you've got all of these different farming plots. So you see like 26 right here, 25, 24, 19. All of these are buyable. Okay, if I hit X for lands, it shows me what I currently own, just starting off in the game. This is what I owned starting the game off. And I can systematically go and buy these different farms to do different stuff, to build on. You can build buildings on them, not in the sense of like Minecraft, but you can like buy them and place them. And the buildings do different things. And then you do that basically to sort of like get your farming empire up to amass an amazing amount of wealth to buy like all the machines and shit. One cool thing about this game that is not present in a lot of simulator games that I've played before is the ability to just auto move to points of interest. Now, in the beginning, I was like, yeah, that really sucks, because in games like this, I like driving from place to place, but you definitely need to drive to different places. So, for example, I'm here at the shop, and if I were to buy something here at the shop, it's going to show up here, and then I would need to go get a tractor, and then drive it up here, and hook it onto the tractor, and take it back to the beginning area, or the area wherever your farm is at. So, about a note about how you should start off, okay? Well, here's the thing. It depends on what you want to do, but what you end up getting, depending on which mode that you're starting on, is you're starting off with a couple tractors, and you're going to have a harvester, okay? And more than likely on your field, you're going to have some wheat already planted on the ground, okay? So my suggestion to you is to keep farming that wheat, okay, until you get enough money for one of, let's see if I can find it, these bad boys, a baling technology. You may want to go down a different route, but this is something that I found was very helpful in the beginning. Okay, now, this game is so awesome as far as like its diversity of different types of equipment, but it tells you down here, and this is something that's very important. It tells you what the item does, right? Like if I were to look, don't know anything about farming, and to look at a roll belt 150, like what the hell's that? I don't know what it does. Well, it tells you it's a baler that turns loose straw, grass, or hay into convenient bales. Okay, now you're gonna want to buy the cheapest one to start off. And this is just to get you started. It doesn't mean that you have to invest in baling. You may not want to bale. But you do that. You buy one of these. And then as you get a little bit more money, just keep sowing your wheat or whatever crop that you want to sow. You want to buy, let's see, a baler. And you're going to want to buy a mower, some sort of mower. Now, the cool thing about these is that they attach to your tractor, okay, and it's fairly cheap. This one kind of sucks, but it's going to do the job for you in the beginning. And the way that it works is you basically mow your grass, and you can either turn grass into bales, or you can turn the grass into hay, and then turn it into a hay bale. And after you harvest your wheat, you can collect the straw to turn it into a straw bale, and then you can sell those. And that's what I did in the beginning to get a decent amount of money to sort of fund my empire, to start off to do what I really wanted to do. And if you guys are, I don't know if there are other maps. There may be other maps that I'm not aware of. So I hope you guys are on this one. If not, where you sell them, I'll go ahead and jump in a tractor and show you where you sell them at, because it's really close to the starting area here. Where's my tractor at? Where the hell's my tractor? It's got to be around here somewhere. I've got one up there. I know I do. Oh yeah, I've got my own my tractor hooked up to my baler over there. This thing is awesome, by the way. This baler, it was expensive as hell, but my God, is it worth it. I've not actually gotten a chance to take all of these silage bales up there for the first time to sell them, and I'm not exactly sure what they're going to sell for. That's going to be at the end of this video. We're going to see how much I end up getting for it. I got a bunch of new toys I want to try out, and one of them is a bale collector, which is so awesome. When you first start off with bales, you have to basically put them in manually into a trailer using either a front loader or using a forklift, and it is very, very tedious, extremely tedious. So this is where you want to go to sell your silage and your bales, whether it be hay bales, wheat bale, or straw bales, sorry, or silage bales. You go over here and unload them right here. And after you unload them, they'll automatically go out of your inventory, your thing that you're hauling them in, and it will give you money for them. So now, I think what we're going to do is I get to try out my new bale grabber thingy, whatever the hell it's called. A flux capacitor 98, whatever the model number is. I can never remember the model numbers. And we're going to see how that thing works, and then we're going to make a sale of silage bales there. And I'm hoping I get a decent amount, because I poured, I think, well over $150,000 into that technology. So I'm hoping that it pays out. I'm really hoping that it pays out. Now, this piece of equipment that I'm about to hook my trailer up to, the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to sort of run over the bales, and it's supposed to automatically scoop them up and stack them. And we're going to see, let's see, operating position. Oh, and up at the top left, it's going to give you an indication of the buttons and how they work. What buttons you need to press for what. Is that it? Transporting position? Alright, let's see if this puppy works. Oh, look at that. That is cool as hell. This thing supposedly stacks 16, which is going to be a nice sale at the barn, I imagine. I hope to God it's worth it. God, I spent so much money on these things. See, the process is that you, at least for what I'm doing for silage, is mostly about grass. You can do it with corn, but it's mostly about grass. I don't have any crops on my fields at all. The only thing that I have are trees on one field, because you can plant trees and do forestry and harvest those. And I have nothing but grass. And the reason why is that grass, number one, just regrows by itself. You don't have to replant it after you harvest it. And number two, it's like the number one thing for silage. You can turn it into silage, and silage sells for a lot. And there are multiple ways to sell silage. I think I might have mentioned that before, but just in case I didn't, you can do it in silage bunkers, which you guys saw. I think you guys saw me ride past. It's those big concrete bunkers over there. Or you can do silage bales, which is what I'm doing right now. And right now I'm testing to see which one is going to yield me the most profit in the shortest amount of time. The thing with the silage bunkers is that in one fell swoop you can make like $160,000, depending on how much grass you have in there to turn it into chaff. But it takes like a full day's or 2 days preparation. And what I'm guessing is that this is going to be more of a short burst, where I'm not going to be making like $160,000, but I'm going to be making a little bit money faster. It's probably going to be the opposite, I imagine, which is completely fine. I think we're getting close to our capacity here. I don't know what it is about baling. Baling is just really fun for me, and I love mowing the grass in this game. For me, it should really be called Mow the Lawn Simulator 19. Okay, it looks like we're full up, and so we're going to take this to the barn, and we're going to see how much money we get for these. I hope to God I can sell them directly off of this trailer and don't have to transport these onto a different trailer in order to sell them. That would suck really bad. There are so many machines in this game. You've got your regular tractors and shit that you can buy on down to forestry equipment, and then you've got so many attachments that you can attach to your trailers, and it's an infinite amount of, well, not infinite, but close to infinite amount of possibilities of things that you could do with the different types of equipment that you have in your game. Really cool. I'm really blown away by this game, and did not expect to be doing a video on it. I don't know if there's anyone who is into Elite Dangerous that's into this game, but it's really awesome. Really awesome. I'm actually really surprised with how well done it is, and surprised with how addicting it is as well. Alright, so moment of truth. Alright, we're about to see. Unload bales, I hope. Unload bales here. Let's make sure it's a little bit more on the square before we choose to do that. I would hate to... This might be a little tricky. How do I want to do this? Let's get as far into this metal pile as possible. Alright. Let's unload bales. Alright, moment of truth. Holy shit. 13,932? Yeah, that's well worth it. That is well worth it. Absolutely worth it. And that was just one load. I might actually get rid of my silage bunker for that. Man, oh man. So yeah, it's a basic process of selling stuff. Not every crop and every item is the same way as far as selling it, but for the most part, that's what it is. You drive over those squares and unload your stuff on them. Now, here's the cool thing too. Before we end up going, I want to show you guys something that I thought was really neat about this game. I don't know if any of you are like into Forestry and other games. I play, or used to play Life is Feudal. I've got like 3,000 hours into that game. One of the things you can do in there is Forestry. Well, you can do that in here too. So like you can grow your own trees and harvest them and then sell the wood. It's a very viable source of income. Here's what I'm impressed with. So I've got a chainsaw here. And you, in most games, if you get a tool like this, right, it's just like you hack it and then that's all there is to it. Here's the cool thing. I don't know if any of you guys have played Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, but it's got mechanics like that. So depending on where you aim your chainsaw, it's going to cut in that direction. And then you're going to get a log in that configuration. And then depending on which way you cut, right or left, the tree's going to fall exactly in that direction. So let's go ahead. I don't want that to go in my field, so we'll go ahead and cut this from left to right. Alright, so now you can chop this thing up into different pieces and then load it up onto your equipment. And you could chop it up into a billion different pieces. Larger pieces get you the most cash. And then you gotta like delimit. If I can actually do that. These trees are always horrible for that. There we go. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. There is so much detail in this game, and this is definitely worth a buy. If any of you have got it on, or are looking to get it on Steam, or you saw it on sale or something, it is definitely worth it. Well, with that, I'm gonna close out the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see if you guys like these farming simulator videos. If you do, I'll be doing some content on it. So you guys have a wonderful afternoon.